Due to increase in population, getting a job is not an easy task. Employers want the right candidate for their concerned positions. The large supply of workforce has given them the opportunity to select the best talent. Nowadays, there are very lengthy procedures for the appointment of an employee to a post. There are two major stages which may be heard by you hundreds of times. They are recruitment and selection. Most of us view them as the same thing, but they're quite different in meaning and behavior. Please watch till the end, as there is a bonus tip attached on how to get hired faster. With that said and done, let's dive into our first episode of the Versus game to understand what exactly do they mean and how are they different in behavior. Let us understand the concept first before we get into a practical and relatable example. The need for recruitment or selection arises when there is an empty position in an organization, often referred to as a vacancy. It can also be based on several other factors. Recruitment refers to the process of finding the possible candidates for a job or function. On the other hand, selection is the process used to identify and hire individuals or group of individuals to fill the vacancies within the organization. Not pretty much explains everything that needs to be. Let's dive in and look into a practical example that can be fitted into. Let us imagine you enter into a famous shoe store and there is quite a wide variety of options to choose from. You call the shopkeeper and explain your requirements, like you need a light-colored, mixed material, grippy outsole, and few other characteristics that you would like to see in your shoes. After hearing to your requirements, the shopkeeper shows some shoes that would match your criteria of liking. After which, you try them out and choose the one which is more comfortable or more suitable for your needs. Aligning the similar case to the versus game of today. We see that all the shoes in the shop are qualified to be footwear and likely to be selected by any customer based on different requirements of theirs. So here, the shoes in the mall represents the people who are ready to apply for the job. For example, students who've just graduated. And the requirements that you have listed about the qualities of the shoes represents the job descriptions which help the applicant understand what are the required qualifications, skill set to make that person eligible for the job. Just like the shopkeeper chose a few shoes for you based on your requirement, the employer attracts applicants based on the job descriptions for the suitable positions. And finally, just like you tried and tested the shoes that best fit you, the employers would test and choose who is the best fit for the vacancy or position in their organization. So to sum up, recruitment is a process where employer establishes a contact with the applicant, and it is a positive process where the primary focus is on collecting the pool. On the other hand, selection which involves choosing of the right and more competent applicant and rejecting the others. And now, as we've understood the key difference between recruitment and selection, let's hop in and avail the bonus tip for this episode. Tip number 1. Focus your search. Try to understand about the company and its implementations or their initiatives. Make sure that the interviewer understands that you have done your homework before attending the interview. Tip number 2. Pitch yourself crisp and snappy. Introducing yourself well sets the stage for a professional conversation at the beginning of an interview. There are different tools that many people use to make their introductions very simple yet more effective. One among them is called as an elevator pitch. A personal elevator pitch is a quick summary of you. It's named for the time taken to ride an elevator from the bottom to the top of a building, which is roughly 30 seconds or 75 words. Importantly, first impression is the best impression is what they say. And it just takes less than a minute to form that impression. So make sure that your story is interesting. They do not want to hear all of it, but it's all about the bits and chunks or the different dots that you would like to connect from your past experiences or your individuality and sell yourself as a professional. Tip number 3. Keep it simple and agree not knowns. When the interviewers try to ask you slightly unaware questions, it's okay. It's better to admit that you don't know and show your enthusiasm to learn about new things and also your adaptability rather than fake flaunting. Because everyone's not perfect or expected to know everything. In this agile world, you need to learn and unlearn. And this is what values and matters the most. Tip number 4, your resume. This is the most important among all the above tips. In these times where all the processes are getting automated and AI driven, the resumes that you sent might not always be read by humans. Even if they did, you have to make sure that you tailor it before you apply for a new job. And it's the one piece of advice to rule them all. By tailoring your resume to the job description, you signal to the employer that your experience is relevant and that you're the right person for the job. Let's say you want to be a waiter in a fancy restaurant. The job description says, excellent customer service skills required. So you write, responsible for customer service as a bullet point under your present retail job. Stop right there. What does responsible for customer service even mean? Here's what you should write. Decreased returns by 10% through excellent customer service. This was just an example. Always try to quantify your results. It would definitely grab the hiring manager's attention. Please comment and let me know if you would like to hear more about tailoring your resumes from me. Thank you for watching this video.